Okay, so I'm talking and nothing's coming out.
I hear you.
All right, I just unmuted myself. Well, thank you all for coming. Welcome to Who's Naked Up in Here. It's great to see your beautiful faces on the screen, some of your names and pictures as well. Um, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I kind of want to jump right into action because there's a few things going on. I just recently started a new business career, so I have to early mornings. So I have to make sure that we shut down tonight at 11, and I hope that's okay with you all. Hopefully we don't have any late stragglers because tonight's not the night. But again, thank you all for being here on time. I appreciate your time. Let's jump right into it. For those who are here for the first time, and many of you have been here before, you know how we do. If you'd like to perform tonight, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. If you click on the reaction, you can raise your hand, and all hands that are raised will be acknowledged that you would like to perform tonight. Tonight, we're going to try to make space for 2 poems apiece. If we do have people that tend to come in a little bit late, we'll try to get them in, but we'll probably limit the poems down to 1 at the, depending on how they come in. But all of you are here on time. You should be able to get your 2 poems in. And again, I appreciate y'all being here, okay? Today's a bit of a heavy day. My co-host tonight, Gifted Johnson Wilkinson, well, you all know her as Gifted. Her aunt has transcended tonight. So we want to send her prayers and blessings to her family to lift them. Her aunt name was Rita. If anybody want to do anything, say any prayers on their own in their own time and space, and you know, pass some sort of love and energy that way, it will be greatly appreciated. Yeah, so she won't be on the screen with us tonight, but she's here with us in spirit. And again, we're gonna lift her up with some positive words, okay? With that being said, I'm about to open up, and I think it's only fitting that I do this piece. So I'm gonna do this one in honor of Aunt Rita. The name of this piece is Unseen Scar. It's said that everyone has a purpose, yet we peek in through blinds, and we don't physically leave until we get our works in line. Though the heart's heavy, broken, and confused, entwined, when I see you in the dark, yet you still shine. We don't live long enough to uncover what living defines. Do we ascend to heaven, hell, atmospheric design? The epitome of life is so one of a kind. Funny how time flies, it's missed in punchline. Because it's always too soon for our roads to end. All destined but unaware the route we travel in. There with embrace faith that we'll somehow meet again. Now, until then, your laughter resides in my grin. Your love in my heart. Your lessons in my head. The memories of you will not rest with the dead. Instead, we'll celebrate you like you were born on this day. Like there was no physical. You came the spiritual way. The Most High blessed your soul, and no two the same. Even when there are others who bear your name, are in your class or on your team, even when there are those who are of your gene, that become the things others do, where we find you, acknowledge deja vu. It's what conscious minds do. You are irreplaceable. So we'll place you in our forevers. We speak into existence. So with me, with you, with us, you will never pass on. Rest in peace, Aunt Rita.
It's beautiful, Wes.
Thank you, brother. Welcome, Kim B. It's good to see you, Queen.
Hey, what's up, King?
Blessings, blessings. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you would like to share, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen, and you can raise your hand. All hands that are raised will be acknowledged, and we will, right now we're sharing 2 pieces. Unless the room gets a little heavy, then we'll scale back. I just did a piece for Gifted Aunt Rita, who has transcended tonight. So the room is a little heavy tonight, but we are still sending love and upliftment. So just wanted to put that out there in case there's something you would like to say or share when it's your turn. Okay, I'm gonna do my next piece and then I'll open up the floor. This piece is entitled Farming Mosquitoes. The American government is making mosquitoes as if there aren't enough blood-sucking parasites amongst the living, biting at the base of our exposed forearms to syringe our veins again. It must be the rareness of our delicacy that craves their taking of our melanin, an extinction agenda, forcing their stingers into our pores once more, as if they haven't trained enough human to give of themselves, blood, sweat, and tears, life that's been given to build this country for a bastard standard of forefathering. Got us swatting at the thirst to survive underneath this system, assist stemming the growth of a build-up of dead cell blockage and pathogens, pathways in to kill our genius, the brilliance amongst us, the ones with potential to war against their plotting without a gun in their hands. So they combat nature with counterintelligence, manipulating us to death through the threats, unleash their swarms as a counterattack on culture, Black culture, agriculture. These vultures feed off and prey on the dead, and their carcass feeding off of our standing still, our immobility to fend them off subconsciously. The American government is farming mosquitoes, breeding a new plague in the name of man, an army to needle the veins of the people with ailment they deem necessary. I'm guessing their population control plan is failing. The elimination of our race lacks excelling. COVID, AIDS, everything they've created ain't cancerous enough to wipe us all out. So America is calling on a new tactic, a widespread outbreak to get us the jab, because ain't enough trees to hang our fruit from. Ain't enough bullet production to gun us all down. Ain't enough stress in us to suicide ourselves. They had to come with new ways to try and take us out. So the US government is making more mosquitoes more butt-wielding needles to dope us all up, because ain't enough of us leaning to fall at the hands of old America. So she's back, old McDonalding her farm again, back GMOing her fields once more, spreading her venom in the fanging asses of winged larvae to attack on man, as if there aren't enough blood-sucking parasites amongst us, ain't enough vampires walking amongst the living, ain't enough blood spill and poisoned bodies to fill their CDC coffins. America is back, making an ass out of herself, bullshitting us the best way she can. The American government's creating mosquitoes, another unnatural harvesting, another of her crimes against humanity, another human depopulation plan. Y'all can open your mics if y'all want to comment. Thank
Wow, that was fire. Mm.
you, Kim. All right, I appreciate the love. If y'all got any comments, anything you would like to share, at this time, please put it in the chat as I open up the floor for our first poet. Y'all open your mics and your hearts and show some love to our brother, Messiah King. Peace, King.
Thank you so much, Blitz. So I have two poems, and the first is called Existence or Essence. Where there exists no universal substance, recursive scales of our being lightly tread, obdurate and subtle fallacies permeating the surface of perception. Our refined truth is without reasonable depth, between intangibly dense space and subversive reason. As time, shadows dissolute against the absolute, arises like our mind, reflecting diffuse potential, struggling against dissonance. The answer calls like birdsong afar of the morning. Can you hear it? Darkness is his trembling hand, vibrating with life, comes through the obtuse vacuum between perspective and reality, and touches where sense and reason, albeit ill-begotten, commune. A sound like void, a sound like silence, penetrates the day. The tribulation or offense of observing the day has vanished. You are alive. Inhale, exhale. Without substance, yet not insubstantial, you form yourself in every breath. Each second beckons that you pause for wonder, reality shaped by invariable force, contemplation, searching, gently landing at our beginning, where we reach and leave steadfastly ajar with arduous hope the door to the infinite, where long to manifest the created you, will, tested, will, surmounting, becomes the premonition of indelible essence. And here's the second poem. It's called My Dream is My Reality. In me, the unconscious images of dreaming derides faithfulness in a conceptual whole that shadows splintered wakefulness. Like a cracked door that abides mystique, conscious precepts suggests faint symmetry with florid unknowns. Am I real when I'm awake, or a constant dream that expresses transparently when I rest? Are the products of dreams informing only real time in a strange truth of life that is formless? Are you real before me, a heady cocktail of maybes and inconsistencies, truth without firm reason? Suppose I am a dream, a self that is strung together by the unconsciousness of sleep. Would I then awake from this reality into another? Would I see with perceptual gravity burning with the light of endless suns into a form which is more real? Or is the dream the only reality? Perhaps when I awake, my hand will reach out, an infant's hand, pushing through the immediate chill of abandoning this oniric path and vanishing into the agonizing warmth of emptiness that explodes in trails like a comet. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Y'all open your mics and show some love to the poet.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah, so beautiful and moving.
Something about your poems always give us it's like a breath of fresh air. Give us it's like an embrace from God, brother. It really is. The demeanor that you deliver them and the wordplay that you use to express your thoughts and feelings. Um, it's always embracing, man. It's always good to have you in our space.
Thank you so much.
Y'all show some love for the poet. Y'all got any more comments y'all want to give to him, any more love? Please put it in the chat. At this time, open your hearts and your mics for our next poet, the one and only Cole. So great to have you tonight, Queen. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm good. I know Gifted isn't here, but she's here. I just want to say I'm sorry for your loss, and grief is love that has nowhere to go. So the love that you would have shown to Aunt Rita and anyone in anyone's life who's not here, pour that into yourself, pour that into your family members, pour that into your community, so we can all heal. And with that, I will start. I'll just do this one piece because it's quite long, so it's like two. It's called Poison. We see the symptoms as they infest our emotional health and intelligence, yet pick our poison carelessly. Words spiral ceaselessly when we are plagued by performance fatigue in an effort to feign we are not sick. Sickness seeps into bloodstreams of mental insecurities, attacking colonies of antibodies that protect us from heartache. Handbags and glad rags putting materialistic blindfolds on red flags and rationality. Now left with heaps of emotional body bags at the altars of our hearts. Commotion, cyber warfare from hidden screens, whilst plagued by restless dreams, cannot right the wrongs of spiritual warfare that we signed up for when we got drafted in this instant gratification. Wholesome boys would never leave us with a society of broken stick men where we fail to stop sacrificial offerings of our fathers and brothers and husbands and sons in the name of mock masculinity. Yet our femininity is the poison they tried to patent, equally smothering our sensibilities whilst we buy in with the same currency we swore to our 8-year-old selves we'd never gamble upon. The stock broke, we brokered, now we choke from feelings of emptiness and despondency. Friendships and relationships infected by expectation, while sincerity, humility, and integrity on the verge of extinction by the fragility of skin-deep Eurocentric standards of beauty. Notions that the correct glitz and glam and quarter attire will reap good deeds, and sow seeds of progress and duality in grasses we never think to water. Looks fade while stature and caliber are deemed a thing of the past. We never seem to look past the paintings of cosmetic brushes on blank canvases that ink our skin night out, day in, layers upon layers upon layers of products that we hope will be productive in holding our masks in place. What's a true face? When you're blue-faced, then you know he was two-faced in making two beds to lie in, but you didn't know, between sheets that you didn't know were sewn from the same lace. We carve marks on bodies of others we use, abuse, and then discard whilst trying to stay afloat with one foot in each other's arcs, knowing full well we can never weather storms this way. Steering sinking ships with loose lips and vanity. Waves continue to come again and again, crashing against the hull of arcs we find sanctuary in. The pull of tide drags and lulls the voice inside, screaming to be set free from the monsters we hide. Diseased with traits of distrust, lies, and cheating, while our hands hold fragile hearts that hemorrhage and keep bleeding, even after we put lyrical sutures in places of stitches. Caged ourselves on the page as we sign off and settle for the sage that is this fallacy of fake it till you make it. What will it take for us to see that we are on the cusp? We are now left on the cusp of insanity. So tell me, child, did you ever think you'd find your love would be the price of intention or mere commodity? And that's that piece. Thank you.
Fine, y'all open your mics and show some love to the poet. You have so many beautiful lines in there, Cole. Um, the line about the grass not taken to the water, the line about the painting the pictures, just, oh goodness, it's just so much. You have a conglomerate of work in there. Just powerful, beautiful, beautiful writing and delivery.
Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you.
Thank you, Espa.
What you said about grief hit me right where I needed it. So thank you.
Thank you, Nima.
Oh, beautiful. Your imagery was imaging.
Yes, yes, it was, wasn't it?
I've missed you, Kim. Thank you.
Miss you too.
Beautiful. I see we have some new folks that joined into the room. If you would like to recite tonight, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, you can raise your hand. All hands that have been raised will be acknowledged that you would like to share. Please don't wait to the end to raise your hand because I want to get as many people heard as possible. But I am shutting down at 11 o'clock, no later tonight. So please, if you would like to share, now's the time to raise your
I'm
hand.
just gonna listen in for tonight, but thank you. I appreciate it. But
All
yeah,
right.
I'm just gonna listen in.
That's
Take
beautiful.
all the
Thank-
goodness.
Yep, that's beautiful. We appreciate you being here to listen in. Thank you for that. With that being said, we're going to move on to our next poet. If anybody have any more love you would like to give to the poet, please put it in the chat. And with that being said, y'all all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to Shaki G.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Shaki.
Okay. All right. I have two pieces. These days, RIPs cascade across a Facebook feed like code in the Matrix. But this is our reality. Another tragic loss, grasping for pieces of understanding. Some question religion, others the universe, but we're saying the same thing. We're given the same answer, which is none. Maybe we'll see them again. Maybe the ground will swallow them whole and only spit out memories. These days, I'm found loitering between I can't get out of bed and life is short, so we have to. My mortality follows me like a shadow, even in the darkness. Grief shackles me to gravity as if feeling numb would make me float away. When you miss someone, their last day always seems like yesterday, and tomorrow is just a song from a musical. These days, the calendar looks to the clock for validation, but both are afraid to move. How do you heal wounds when time decides to stand still? And then this is the piece I wrote today. They're afraid the apocalypse will come swift, asteroid blazing from the skies above, or a nuclear disaster vaporizing the planet in its wake. I think it will sneak in like a thief in the night, knocking over glaciers in the basement, crock-potting our bodies until we fall off the bone. but we will not share the experience. My apocalypse is a slow-moving lava flow, inching along my bones until I become a mountain of destruction. When a volcano erupts, most do not burn. No, they die from falling rocks, tsunamis, and toxic gases long before the ash turns their bodies stone. One day I will be another Pompeii, just a moment frozen in time. But maybe not today. It is only my apocalypse to hold, because the ending only matters when you are the main character. I am a chapter in someone else's book, living my life in the margins. When your apocalypse comes to greet you, I hope you will shake its hand, pretend to be stronger than it claims itself, and promise to always, always make it one hell of a story.
Yeah, I'll open y'all. Mike,
Wow.
some
Wow.
love.
There's so many lines. Wow.
Damn, Shocky. Damn.
Damn.
Shaki, you're amazing, as always.
Wow.
And it's so mad because Prada and I were on a live with AJ for the 707 and Shocky was trying to come on, but AJ couldn't see Shocky and Shocky was going to do a piece, but I'm glad I'm here for two of their pieces that were just freaking awesome. Yeah. Wow. Thank you.
Awesome. Shaki G is very powerful. I wrote down that line that really resonated. The calendar looks to the clock for validation. Both afraid to move, something like that you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was so dope, super dope. Your metaphors has always been amazing. I'm just proud of you and your journey. Keep pushing your pen and keep being great.
Yeah, that was crazy. I second that. That was crazy.
Thank you.
Prodding until we fall off the bone. Is that the line?
Crock potting. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Awesome. Please keep loving on each other by all means. I don't mean to cut anything short. I definitely want the embrace to be expressed if something resonates. I see we have some new faces in the room. Those who are here, if you would like to share, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. If you click on the reaction button and you raise your hand, I would gladly welcome you into the room as I come across to you. With that being said, if there's any more love for the poet, please put it in the chat. And you all open your hearts and your mics for our next performer, Miss Marianne Peterson.
Okay,
Here she goes.
this is called I Am the Queen. I just wrote today. I'm the queen of my house. I'm the queen of my own realm. I'm the queen of my life. Most of all, I am one of the queens of poetry. That's the first one. And the second one, this is the very first one I wrote today out of the two. This one is called Frustration. I wrote today too. When things go wrong, frustration comes to call. My youngest son does not listen. Frustration comes to call. If something does not work with me, frustration comes to call. I get frustrated easily. I do not like when things go wrong. I don't like when my youngest son does not listen. I don't like when things do not work right. I get frustrated a lot. I do not like when I get frustrated. That's it for that.
Marianne, I know your pieces are short and always impactful. If you'd like to share another one this time.
Yeah, I can. This was called Stronger. I wrote on the 31st of July. I'm stronger than I used to be. I'm stronger than I ever thought I could be. I'm stronger than a storm. I'm stronger than wood. I'm a survivor. I'm a stronger me. That's it for that one.
Powerful. Thank you. You all open your heart, open your mics and show some love, please, to the poet.
Thank you, Marianne. I love
Well,
that. Love that.
Thanks.
Great poems, Marianne.
Thanks.
Go ahead, poet.
Beautiful, beautiful. Marianne, your pen has been broadening. Your your promptness and what it is that you want to express has always been there. And I commend you for that. You know, don't ever bite your tongue. Continue to express your
Yep.
heart. Thank you for coming and joining us as always.
Yep.
If there's any more love for the poet, please put it in the chat. And at this time, I ask that you open your hearts and your mics and show some love for our next poet, the amazing Nemo Zoom.
Nemo.
Let's
go, Nemo.
Hey, Nemo.
Hey, it's great to be here. It's great to see everyone and hear the amazing poetry this evening. I was going to read a microtriptych and then had to change it around. So, but this is a microtriptych, which is 3 thematically connected micropoems. Do you ever have a day where you don't want to be awake, but staying in bed means more nightmares? Do you ever get up to find depression waiting in the hallway in all her splendor? Do you ever feel like you're trapped in a glass box and you can't touch anything? Everything is separated from you by a cool, lifeless pain. Do you ever get to the point where you haven't eaten because that would require making a decision? And that's too much to ask right now. Do you ever believe that everyone is upset and disappointed in you? You've used up the last of your friends' goodwill and support, and now you truly are alone. Do you ever sense that your messages aren't getting through? Your words wasted, sent into the empty? Do you ever feel sad? And the only reason is that your mood has decided to fuck with you today. Do you ever want to scream? Do you ever need to cry? Do you ever have one of those days? What's there to say that hasn't been said? You stand with the living or you march with the dead. Mr. Grief has come for your extraction. He will pull and tug on that nasty pain you've been holding on to. Putting his boots squarely on your chest in the midst of the smell of the chemicals used to clean hospital beds and mortuary slabs. He'll dig his heels into your shoulders on either side of your broken heart and strain until there's a splash of blood and pus and tears, and it has come free. Thank you.
Please open your mics and show some love to the poet.
Yes, Nemo. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you're another one with vivid imagery that just takes you, puts you right there in the scene.
It was powerful. Nemo. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Vivid.
I really felt the part about wearing out your friend's goodwill. That really resonated.
That's amazing. As always, Nemo, thank you for sharing tonight.
Absolutely.
Anybody? Yes, yes. Thank you, brother. If there's any more love for the poet, please put it in the chat. And at this time, I ask that you open your hearts and your mics once more and show some love for our brother Christopher Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Witz. I just have one. I wrote it today. I saw your picture the other day, and old thoughts came rushing back. It seems so long ago that I became entranced with those beautiful, haunting emerald eyes. I do remember you being in my arms, the strong scent of your perfume that stayed on my hands for days, hypnotizing my soul like a potion. I remember what that smelled like, the scent I could not seem to escape from. How many times must you haunt me like a spirit that always seems to arrive after new mistakes are made? Thank you.
Are you just doing one tonight, brother?
Yeah, I'm just doing one.
Okay. Okay, please open your mics and show some love to the poet, please.
Fantastic. Fantastic poem.
Mm-hmm.
Was that one of your new writes, Christopher, that you put in your new project?
Actually, my new book has already been published. I actually have
Oh, wow.
copies. No, this one I wrote this afternoon.
Okay, well, congratulations. I know you told us you were working on it. I didn't know it was out. I didn't know you released it.
Yeah, I released it the end of last week.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Awesome. If there's any more love for the poet, please put it in the chat. Okay, and at this time, open your hearts and your mics again for our next poet, the amazing Kim B. Miller. Hey, Brooklyn.
What's up, Brooklyn?
Yes, Kimby, I'm so excited.
Thank you. Of course, I have to start off with some haiku. Then I got a poem I'm playing with. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. Haiku, 17 syllables, not your traditional ones, because traditional ones are only on nature. These are not. And let's go, haiku. Stop saying you can't have a seat at the table that your ancestors built. Haiku. Listen, you're alone because your ego is bigger than your penis. Haiku. Forgiveness is served with consequences. Grown-up food isn't a kid's meal. Haiku. Stop blaming Black-owned businesses for one Black's mistakes. Cotton pickers. Haiku. You dodged the bullet just so you could volunteer to catch a missile. Haiku. Stop defending yourself, your truth, to someone who likes the lie better. I'm going to repeat that. Haiku. Stop defending yourself, your truth, to someone who likes the lie better. Haiku. You betrayed loyalty with lust, and now you want lust to be loyal. Haiku. You love all 50 shades of gray, but you can't deal with one shade of black. All righty, let me get into this poem. I'm not finished yet. Y'all know how that is. No title. Now you want to rewrite the script because the ending you created needs to be resuscitated? Now that pain has a voice, you want silence to repeat after you? Why are we here? Did death whisper or did pain make her physical debut? Since she's always been present in the words you used to try to kill me, did someone reject you? You're not here to apologize for hurting me. You're here to apologize for being seen hurting me. Invisibility was always one of your beauty marks, but I saw you and tasted your cruelty. Your recipe altered to make it more potent. Who left you? You don't get to kumbaya someone you tried to destroy. When I was small-minded, I drank your ignorance. I lied to my heart for you. I told her you didn't mean it. I'm not your human parachute. You can't pull a string and expect me to open up so you can glide to safety and comfort. You made it clear I was beneath you, so don't let the dirt delay your rest beneath me. I escaped you. I ain't your Statue of Liberty. If there was a flame in my hand, I'd use it to burn you with. I pledged allegiance to your toxic behavior, and I was united with your stupidity. And to the reinforced crap on which you still stand, one asshole, undefendable with lies and bitterness for all. And that's it. I'll put my info in the chat. And I'm currently in a competition. I appreciate your vote.
I can't stand you, Kim. I can't stand you, girl.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like,
All of that was fire. For real.
so
Damn.
my friend Netra is here, my baby girl, and I told her to come to this Zoom, and she's not a poet, but she is, but she's not. And she said, "Is it okay if I come to spectate?" And I'm like, "Girl, just sit there and listen out." And I said, "Wait for Miss Kim, because I've just retired my pen and left it at your altar." Like, like seriously, like, yeah, like we were just chatting, like, "What? She's mental. This is mad." Yeah, I love it.
Zoom kept giving me that message. You're muted because of the amount of noise I was making.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Always mind blowing, Kim. Always.
Thank you.
Super honored to have you as always. Your hakus is crazy. You know, that's how I first fell in love with you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and your full length poems are even as spectacular. So, thank you for coming and sharing with us tonight. We really appreciate you. Folks.
Thank you for having me.
Always a space for you, Queen. If there's any more love for the poet, please put it in the chat. Do not hesitate. Yeah. And at this time, open your hearts and your mics for our next poet, Whisper Poet.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
So I have two that are pretty short here. Sorry, I've been flipping through my notebook and I lost my place. Here it is. This is called Mosaic. I was whole once, fusiform and smooth. My reflection told a story of a girl full of life. Eyes filled full of rainbows yet to chase. But somehow I broke myself, and what was whole was now wholly destroyed. The pieces of me lie in fragments on a cold marble floor. They are strewn across the landscape of love I destroyed. Dreams I poisoned, the hearts I trod upon, mine and yours. There is no glue or staple or tacky tape that can mend the damage I have done. And now the distance of the universe lies between us, and all that is left is the endless cycle of existence. The dried bones of the clock rattle incessantly on the hour. It counts down the minutes until I can quietly expire. This one is called Stolen Breath. Did I steal your breath when you looked into my eyes and saw the secrets of the stars? Does your heart beat faster and your arms ache to embrace the mystery of me? Did you breathe like you were drowning when your pillow shared my perfume? Did you feel the breeze of me last night as I brushed the sleep from your cheek? I've reclaimed my stars and the pieces of me that I gifted you when my heart was yours. Your pockets will feel empty now that my talismans have come home. And I pray you rest easy at night when your heart wishes it could still see into the heart of me. Thank you.
Y'all open your mics and show some love. Whisper, those are beautiful pieces. Both poems were very beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, the first one, that final line in that first one really hit hard. Two amazing writes, definitely.
Yeah, reclaim my, what was that? I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget it. Reclaim my stars. I was like, wow, that's a whole poem in a few words. Beautiful.
Beautiful writes. Yeah. If there's any more love, please give it. Put it in the chat. And let's make sure that we continue to embrace each other. Yeah. With that being said, you all open your hearts and your mics for our next poet, Escape Artist.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
I have my, no. Okay. I have a love-hate relationship with myself. I love that I care so much as few do. I hate that I'm often let down more than not. I love that I love hard. I hate that I can't hug someone without suffocating them. I love that I enjoy helping others. I hate that I enjoy helping others because sometimes people don't want to help themselves. I hate seeing people helpless. I love that I see the good in people. I hate that I walk amongst the blind. I love that my imagination is an escape route. I hate that they all lead back to me eventually. I hate that my mind paints society as what I know it can be. I hate that I struggle with reality. I love learning to enjoy my solitude. I hate that all I want is genuine company. I love how I want to be loved. I hate that no one loves me like that. I love that I am soft like pudding. I hate that I have to be hard like granite. I love being an artist. I hate that it doesn't pay the rent. I love the life I'm living. I hate that I'm living it here and now. I hate how dark it can get, but I love the silence. That was my first poem. Do I have two or just one?
Yes, two, please.
Okay. The next one is called The Dishes. The dishes, they haunt me. They call me, sitting in the sink, needing me. I hate them. The way they sometimes remind me of myself, needy, used, abused. The way they can't hide their dirt, like sometimes I can't hide my hurt. And how they're just used, soiled in yesterday's devourment, yesterday's greed, yesterday's need. Because yesterday people needed me, sharp enough to cut through the flesh. They needed me to cut up their meats, a teaspoon of this, a tablespoon of that. They need me for the recipes. And when I complete the meal, they need me to eat until they are full of all I gave and I end up in the sink. I soak in the memories while the remnants fade away. Then I scrub all that remains and clean myself empty. No food from yesterday, no memories from yesterday, no dishes needing me, no yesterday in today. Thank you.
Oh, y'all open your mics and show some love to the poet.
That line.
We need that. We need you because that was freaking brilliant. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Again, two amazing pieces.
I love being an artist. I
The
hate
back and forth of the first poem. I'm sorry. What was you saying, Paul?
No, I'm just reading the comments. No, you carry on.
Okay. The back and forth of the first poem was so so pleasurable. One of the lines that really resonated was I love being the escape artist for others. I hate that it all leads back to me, something like that. Yeah, powerful. And then that second piece was so dope. Like you are the recipe, the meal, and the dishes. You know, nothing more need be said. you know, and nothing more need be said. Powerful rights, Queen. I appreciate your pen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate everybody here tonight.
And so if there's any more love for the poet, please put it in the chat. And y'all, please make sure that we're embracing each other. It's not always easy to express. And I am proud of you all for being brave in doing so. And I commend you all for your voice as well as your pen. So let's make sure that we continue to love and embrace one another. With that being said, y'all open y'all hearts and y'all mics and show some love to Brooklyn in the house. Y'all see her name up there is Erica Floyd.
Hello, my people. How you guys doing? Two short pieces. Time, like the ship Enterprise, moves at warp speed. If I had one wish that could be granted, I would be an exceptional thief whose specialty would be stealing time. So great would be my greed that I would have an infinite amount of stolen moments, hidden under lock and key, only to withdraw from it when I need, for time to stand still for me. Mourning and sorrows wouldn't last. Like an eraser to paper, mistakes would be a thing of the past. Consequences for actions will never be dismayed, because chances for do-overs would be plentiful like Groundhog's Day. No wrinkles, baldness, or aging ailments across the land, perhaps peacefully existing like Peter Pan. Stress, worry, and all negativity removed with no chance to grow, because borrowed time from its hidden place will delete it before we know of it. But that's a fantasy. Our path and choices we make, we have to live with it. Poem. And this next one is not titled. It is my objective to consider each day as if it's my last, because we don't know the day or the hour that breathing will be a thing of the past. I look at each day as an opportunity to accomplish what I didn't before, grateful for the possibility to explore this time some more. Each day, chances we are given to redeem ourselves and to be forgiven, because there's no guarantee to continue living in extended grace, because it's inevitable we will leave this place, some sooner than later, with no way to erase our mistakes. So I'm choosing to receive every breath that I breathe as a gift I temporarily own. For with the breath I have left, I will repent for my sins, known and unknown. Poem.
Wow.
Beautiful. Come on, Erica. That was
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah,
Y'all open
wow.
your mics, please.
Wow.
Bear in mind it's 3:13 a.m. in the UK. Me and Siham are awake for this, and it was worth every moment of sleeplessness.
Wow.
And that line, the line about borrowed time, can you just repeat that? Because I couldn't type it as quickly, but that was a bar. Yeah, that was all bar.
Erica, did you hear what she asked?
I'm sorry, I thought I unmuted myself. I'm
Oh, okay.
trying to find it. Where is it at? I haven't read this poem in God over a year.
It's about borrowed time, and it can't be deleted, or it is trying to delete itself. But it was beautiful.
Is it on? Oh, no, that's not it.
It's the first one from the first poem.
If I had one wish. Okay, I may have to just read it again real quick. If I had one wish that could be granted, I would be an exceptional thief whose specialty would be stealing time. So great would be my greed that I would have an infinite amount of stolen moments hidden under lock and key, only to withdraw from it when I need, for time to stand still for me. Mourning and sorrows wouldn't last like an eraser to paper. Mistakes would be a thing of the past. Consequences for actions will never be dismayed, because chances for do-overs would be plentiful like Groundhog's Day. No wrinkles, baldness, or aging ailments across the land, perhaps peacefully existing like Peter Pan. Stress, worry, and all negativity removed with no chance to grow, because borrowed time from its hidden place will delete it before we know of it. But that's a fantasy. Our path and choices we make, we have to live with it. That's it, because it's a very short piece.
And powerful. Very powerful. It was definitely what do you call it? Dense with everything that you expressed in there, Erica. Thank you for that share and for
Thank you.
rereading it for us.
Thank you, Coeth, is it?
Yeah,
you,
it's because I used
you
to like
are,
in the comments, I would add like eth, like Shakespearean on everything, on everyone's name, Mr. Witzer, Kimeth, yeah, and then so I'm Koeth. So
Yeah, Cole changed our language on social media on IG for a whole season
yeah,
of
it literally was that.
yeah, it was amazing. It was
It
amazing,
was
you
so
know,
funny,
but
and
it
everyone
shows the impact that we have on each other, you know, how
and the
impressionable
poem
we
was,
are.
I just poem left.
Yeah.
I can't with myself.
But I love it. Don't ever stop being you. And you know, every time that you do that, you remind us of those moments. So we get to revisit. So it's trust me, it's welcome. It's a pleasure.
absolutely. Remember her from a few years back,
Yeah.
how you and your brother would greet her. I remember.
Yeah.
She disappeared on us for a little while, but she's back.
Yeah.
And she's actually doing her own shows out there in the UK. And you know, we just need to see her more on the social media so we could get to embrace you, being that we can't make it there. But you know, you definitely have our love.
I'm coming. You
AJ,
give me some dates. I'm coming.
Yeah, literally. Come, please come. I want to headband y'all. So
I love it. I love it. Shout out to AJ, my brother AJ Houston. I didn't see him come in the room as well. I seen somebody put it in the chat. AJ, I know you like to share with us, so please, just so that I don't feel forced to be pulling you up, if you can click on that emoji button and raise your hand, I'll bring you up after the last few poets that I have listed. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, with that being said, if there's any more love for Brooklyn or Erica Floyd as you all see her, please put it in the chat. And at this time, open your hearts and your mics and show some love to our brother Sidekick. What's up, King?
yes,
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
Great, good to have you, bro.
Dude, it's good to be in the house with y'all. Let's get into it. My wife is looking to raise our baby girl. I can't help but engage with my daughter as the Wonder Woman I've already seen her become. One day, my daughter will look back to say, I was raised by the German queen and her Levitical priest, created in a legacy of tension, the descendant of one of the greatest reconciliation stories the world has ever seen. I am more than Jew and Gentile, she says. My daughter will say that my mother is German and my father is Jewish. When my mother sets her mind to something, she is force, no immovable object in her path. It is her way, no highway option. When her tribe fixed their eyes on extermination, it took the world to make them change their minds. Now, with thoughts on protection, there is no safer place in this world for my father's people than in the safe heart homeland of my mother. In the kitchen, dancing atop my Abba's 2 feet in preparation to stand on my own, knowing one day I would tell the world about Goldie Amir, who left Ukraine, then left Wisconsin, military-actioned lymphoma, Iron Lady of Israel in my mouth, raised 50 million, $1 at a time with a dream in her voice. What does by any means mean to you? A country for her people, Goldia says. Went from teaching USA's Declaration of Independence to signing her own and becoming Israeli Prime Minister, Mother of Israel. The Milwaukee school teacher says, our existence is dependent on freedom and safety. Please don't threaten me. I am more than the jewel of my Abba's eye and gentle. A leader who does not hesitate before going to war is not fit to lead. Tell them you believe. Hope that they will not attack my love. Give them every chance to turn back. Peace will come when you love your children more than you hate ours. When your voice shatters their glass ceiling, baby girl, and they erect iron bars. You tell them that you know bars like tattoos, that you scan them every day at the grocery store, understand the code for turning bars into freedom, walls into welcoming. Tell them we are beautiful. Our stories are not. They have made us strong. Please don't threaten me. I am more than Jerusalem and Germany. Write it all down, my white rose, and be frank. If their day to day looks civil, but you know there are bones under their bridges, depravity fueling their complacency, tell them we fight alongside our allies as equals. It is our enemies who torture us by race and gender. Please don't threaten me. I am more than gender and genitals. I don't want war, and it is not because I was not made for it. If they refuse your prayers for peace, then you get off your knees, baby girl. Smoke your 90 cigarettes a day, Turkish coffee at 75 if you have to. Do whatever you got to do to defend your babies, my baby. Say, if we go to war, I can learn to forgive you for killing my sons. I will never know how to forgive me. I will never know how to forgive you for making me kill yours. Please don't threaten me. There is a monster in my bones I don't wish to release, but if you threaten my children, then Erin Baruta, which is Hebrew for there is no choice. We are the descendants of those who wrestle angels, kill giants with the weights in our bags, cutting the enemy's heads off with their own swords. We were chosen by God. Sound a wake-up call, even if it just echoes into the poem. Got one more piece I wanted to share with y'all before I get out of here. Thank y'all so much for your time. I love you doing this, Wits, and thank you for opening up the space for us. In the Disney movie Frozen, when Kristoff said, "Every man picks his boogers and eats them," we did not learn something about all men, but we did learn something about that man. When you say everyone, or we all have, the only thing we know for certain is you have. All men are tattered tanks, outdated mechanisms that we wish to keep around just in case, but are useless in times of peace. Testosterone is a strong casket, a refrigerator that can take an A-bomb blast and keep running, an empty pinata with no colored candy, being beaten, swinging from a tree branch or an old jungle gym, a string being pulled on by the elders, mothers clapping, singing, let the children play. When the cardboard cracks open, only silence spills out. In the gut of every man, you will find the candy wrappers twisted up, covering all the unspoken times of his life, a child praying that no one will unravel the no sweetness to be found in him. The little boy in the gut of every man hopes to help the cardboard shell-shocked adult take his sweets to the grave. When a son reaches down the throats of his father and fingertips his treasure, how do you respond? Every man can take a bat to the brain, a stick to the matchstick rib cage round his heart, the jerking up and down by the demands of this world and still smile. But who can take a gut shot and not have the wind knocked out of them? How can a man let you unwrap what he can't remember was hidden? There was a game to win and it did hurt, just not nearly as much as it would hurt to admit it. I did not want to let my teammate down, so I learned to grit and bear it. A jawbreaker doesn't hurt. Your nerds need to move on. These peeps are playing like chicks. These pixies need to stick to the plan or Pop rocks you when you get home, because these suckers got licked while the other kids sticker and jeer at the jelly belly boy. You need to nut up, Buttercup. You play like a girl. It's the turning my insides, busting my battleship, rusting my resolve, starting to crack my cardboard walls. If that's the case, then what is it going to do to my son? If you see me silently hanging out around my boy's birthday party, looking like I'm waiting to get beaten, I am. And I promise, I will only let the few sweet pieces of me fall out. I'm quiet and alone, but not lonely. I'm fine. I'm just watching my son wrap up his sweet heart, hoping he will find another way. Maybe all men are the same. When the credits roll in Frozen, it says the views that Kristoff shares about men are only his own. I hope that's true.
Hell yeah, that shit was awesome. Like deep, but I
Yeah,
loved all the candy references.
I
Super
love.
good.
Yeah, the candy references was crazy.
Yeah, it was like a pinata piece. The opening up. Yeah, I like how you transitioned that poem. The first poem was equally as beautiful in dedication to your daughter and being the Wonder Woman that you want her to grow up to be powerful, brother. Thank you for your shares.
You have an amazing pen, and it's an amazing performance. Thank you.
And an amazing beard. No one else. Graylin is only because you got.
Yeah, I knew you were bringing that
From SP. From SP, you got an amazing beard too. You got an amazing beard too. I'm just saying. Don't. That thing took some time to grow, and it takes some time to keep it up. We got to give him some props. It changes the aerodynamic activity of his ink that flows through his pen.
I just
Great
knew you
beard.
were gonna go somewhere else, Prada, with that. But anyway,
Oh, Brooklyn.
I love all beards. I don't discriminate. So hey, I'm with you.
Yeah, awesome. I'm speechless on that, but definitely dope, man. I appreciate the love, and y'all continue to love on each other. It's so important that we do that. With that being said, if there's any more love for the poet, please put it in the chat. And at this time, open your hearts and your minds for the amazing Marissa Prada.
Let's go. All right, so
Go.
tonight, what's up, boo? I'm not doing erotica, but I do appreciate your beard, Graylin, so thank you. Gifted, I'm so sorry for your loss. My heart goes out to you and the family. So I'm going to dip into my book, Conversations with Grief. It is the 1 year I wrote poetry after my best friend made the decision to end her life. And this was just before COVID. So I'm going to read you 2 pieces from it, not in the hopes that it brings you comfort, but maybe that it's just received by someone tonight. This first poem is titled Duty. There is a soothing silence to these dishes. When all in the house have gone still, I think of you still. You never cooked or had use for dishes. Did you pray? What did you wish? Certainly, I think it's fair to stare into these bubbles. They sparkle and pop, washed of their troubles. Did God welcome you or mourn you as he carried us all? The soap is slimy, slippery plate in my hand where I fed my body, drowned sudsy pan. This was not the plan. We were to grow old, not in spirit, as yours was archaic and worn, but in body and time. Find new adventures, new space, new smiles and friends. Be 2 old biddies, red lipstick and gaudy perfume. The garbage disposal roars with aggravation, and I wish it to spin my heart. The long tapestry of soiled time we will now spend apart. Days spew at my feet, a red carpet welcome to a future that won't know you. And the sick sensation that time must still
press on. And this is her face, by the way. Shane Maynor with Guerrilla Poets did a beautiful rendition of her beautiful face. So she'll always live in this book. The second piece is titled Knock Knock, which I think is funny because Shaki has a poem in her book called Knock Knock. There is a place at the end of my bed where my toes wiggle for lost covers. So cold this November air, the chill in here, in the empty spaces of my chest since you're laid to rest. Distressed breath to choke on any hope of acceptance amidst this grief, this panic, this pain. I don't even talk about you, speak your name, refrain from remembering the joy, simple pleasures of smiles. 14 days it's been now. Somehow the sun continues its rise. No hiding from the waking, each excruciating morning. I breathe and you do not. To stop this hot shot pop knock knock on death's door just to see you again, my dear friend, amidst your untimely end. Send your demons away, face this grace, fuck fear in the face, take the road trip with your ashes, all that's left of you, of your smile and painted lips, of your voice and laugh, leaving only half a space, half in anything at all, to fall after your fall from this life, this utter failure of faith, of fate, of hope, of all the great things you were. I miss my friend and all her sins, all her everything. I'm just the empty shell that sits at this bar, waiting for you to hear your voice again, to call me home someday, so I won't be afraid. You are patiently waiting. As sisters, we are fated. This latent love lingers on until my heart simply grows weary of this human life. So gifted all my love. If you need anything, please reach out. We're here. Thank y'all.
Thank you for that, Prada. Y'all, please open your mics and show some love to the poet.
Yes, Prada.
Yes.
Your emotional range, to see you on a consistent basis, be able to meet people whether they're at whether it's grieving or horny or funny or pissed off, is amazing. And thank you for being that vessel of connection, for meeting people where they're at. It's a beautiful thing. It really is the embodiment of giving us all the opportunity to not feel lonely. You are such a relator. It's a precious gift.
Well said, brother. Well said. If there's any more love for the poet, please put it in the chat. Thank you for your shares tonight, brother. And thank you for your compassion for our queen gift is lost. At this time, I'll ask you all to open your hearts and your mics for our final poet, my brother, Mr. A.J. Houston.
All right, man. The portrait's been excellent, man. I was trying to cook, I was trying to write, I was trying to do a lot of things, but I've been here listening, man. No apron, Prada, no apron. Anyway, I think I'm gonna do 2 poems out of this book, what if there were no titles? And I wrote this poem, Dreams, when I had a book signing in Fort Worth. And I think I had 6 or 7 books, I'm not sure, but I had all the books set up. And I had the banners and the books. And I had an ensemble. I had a bass, I had a bass, I had a conga player, keyboards, and a flautist. And had the flautist start off, and it was a bomb. But this is the poem I started off with because I believe that I want to see everybody published, because I think dreams, when you can hold a dream, it changes the structure of how you dream. So this poem is Dreams. I've been bouncing my dreams through the cosmos, through star systems no one else has noticed yet. See, dreams don't care where they come from, don't care where they go. They need us more than we need them. We only exist because they exist. Without them, we'd be stumbling about, wondering where going be and where we be going. See, dreams were here before us, before earth, before sound, before let there be. It is the reason for let there be. Dreams been sitting here, waiting on us to wake up and find them. And we keep finding them, thinking them just dreams. My dreams be bigger, but these be big dreams, giant dreams. These be them let there be dreams. And why there's light dreams. See, I found one of small dreams when I was small. This dream grew with me. This is that same dream. It grew bigger than life. I can't hold this dream. Got to give parts of this dream away. So you're going to learn. Your dreams will stop you from dreaming until you treat your first dream right. Until you understand dreams don't come in bunches unless you grow them in bushels and buckets, watered with tears. And I cried over these a long time to get them to this size. These be bushels of big dreams I grew from that mustard seed of dreams. See, I got books. I got books filled with dreams I've been growing. But them eyes of friends don't read them dreams. I guess they'd be too big to read, but you can't get no new dreams to your old dreams you had when you was small. See, you didn't grow, but your dreams still young. See, I got dreams for sale. I got dreams for sale, but these be your dreams. You just don't remember what they look like. See, you all grown up, but these still be small. See, me and my dreams, we started out gospel singing. See, we be hallelujah and shouting. Then we rapped and we R&B'd a little. Then we jazzed and we grooved and we trumpeted. Then we poeted. Yeah, poeted. See, been poeting for a while. I gotta take them in this bag with me. You can't leave your dreams nowhere. You can't leave your dreams nowhere. Your dreams will leave you, will forget what you look like. I got dreams for sale. I got dreams for sale, but these be your dreams. I got new dreams on the way back. See, my dreams been spacewalking. Ain't enough space on this planet for my dreams. I got them big dreams growing from small dreams. Got them walking on water kind of dreams. Them got up 3 days later kind of dreams. Them don't need no wings to fly dreams. Them dream slaves sing when walking with truth. See, I got freedom dreams. I got dreams to be running free. I got dreams that got their own feet. These be awesome dreams. I got mountain dreams, them carry me away dreams, see, them bigger than me dreams. I just need to know when you're gonna go back over yonder, up there to your mama's house and get your dreams. I got dreams for sale. I got dreams for sale. And these be your dreams. And the last piece I'm doing is the word. It says, I told my sons, the gifts, the talents you have are not yours to keep. They're actual gifts given you to refine the process and procedure for you to help others. You must put them to good use. I wrote a letter to myself from one of the me's to me. Didn't know which one to address it to or give credit for sending it. Read, to all who reside here, there's so much left to get done to do. We must all do our part. If dreaming, writing, and purpose are the reasons we are here, write for the wishes that never came true, for the love you gave to unworthy participants who were not ready to receive or give love in return, to those who believe hearts was a secure vault in the bank of emotions. The more you save, the more dividends you would receive with a higher rate of interest. All who thought time would cease moving and wait. Right for the love you received and didn't know how to give it back. Right because a voice only knows silence. Loaned you their story to tell. Write the stories of which you are afraid to take ownership. Pen all the truths before now you were terrified to write. Right because it's your job, your purpose to do so. Right because one day there will be only words. Unattached to pens or pages you will find sitting in front of you. Some of the thoughts you possess won't have enough courage to dress for proper introduction. They will not look presentable. You will not have the strength to clothe them. Although your hands would know they must be preserved for history's sake. Write because heaven told you to write, because you still have breath. Write because others don't have faith and refuse to create sound. Use your voice to amplify something worth listening to. Write as proof. The shortest distance between two thoughts is a poem. We read, in the beginning was the word, but no one was there to write them down. Write as if now is the beginning. I told my sons to write. It doesn't have to be a poem, a song, or rap. Write because you have fingers. Or you're in love or out of love, in pain or full of laughter. Write to prove to yourself you can or you can't. Write a letter to you from you. Tell yourself something you forgot or need to remember or need to forget. If dreaming, writing, and purpose are the reasons we are here. Write for purpose. Write for dreams. Write because the reason you're here is to write.
Y'all unmute yourselves for AJ.
Kind sir. Kind sir.
Come on,
through.
Professor.
AJ, amazing.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it.
I love both.
Dude, you are the inspiration, brother. You are the inspiration.
Oh, who's that, Bridget?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for sure, man. Appreciate it, man. Love your work too, man. And you was outside and such too.
Always, man. But I love hearing your work, boss. You do such a great job of continuing to grow as an artist and like reach out without reaching down, and pull poets into better places, man. And that call out piece of like write because that is what you are. You're here to write is beautiful. Thank you for that.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
What does AJ stand for? Always justified?
Right.
It stands for Albert Jeffrey.
Okay, I'm making my own AJs, okay?
Yeah, but Kimberly Miller, I messaged you privately because, man, I love your work. I think you're so awesome. You're so spectacular. Your haikus are about. I don't write haikus, but you make me want to write haikus, and that is awesome job because I never wanted to write haiku till I heard you write them.
Thank you. And you make me want to write, period, because every time I hear you, you inspire me to do some more and more and more. I mean, you don't have a pen, you have a weapon, and you use it wisely.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, again, I appreciate you all loving on each other. I think it's the utmost importance that we homage each other for our works and inspire each other to continue to push our pen and our voice beyond its capacity. Grown man, did you want to say something tonight before we close out?
What's up, family? I think that's it for me. AJ, I appreciate you, man. I just got my dad's death certificate and plaque in the mail.
Man.
So
man.
I see you on today, and Brooke as well. So yeah, I appreciate you, John.
Yeah,
and
I love you, my brother, man. I'm glad you made it back safe, man. And I got you. I got you, my prayers. If you need me, you got my number.
100. I appreciate you. Much love. Thank you.
Man,
Love you, grown man.
Exactly. Love you all. There's been so much energy that's been spread amongst us, and a lot of us who have people and family who have been transitioning. So it's that important that we keep each other up and lifted. So tonight's show is in honor of Aunt Rita, Gifted's aunt. May she rest in peace. And I hope the energy that was spread tonight is enough to lift Gifted and her family and keep them and let them feel the embrace that we have for them. I thank you all for sharing tonight, for everything that you shared. I thank you all for your presence, just being here.
Yeah, my love and condolences to you, Gifted, for sure.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. With that being said, I love y'all, and we're gonna close out. I got an early morning, so I'm glad that we ended in a good time tonight. I appreciate you all for being here, and I look forward to sharing this space with you again next Wednesday. And I'll see you all on these social media platforms. You know, we are family, so let's continue to make sure we spread that love on and off the screen. You know, you never know why you can't have somebody in your presence. So make sure we're reaching out and making those connections. I love you all. Keep shining your light for the universe to see. Y'all have a beautiful evening.
Peace.
Thank you,
Blessings.
Woods.
Take care.
For a wonderful evening.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Nemo.